Hi, welcome to the channel. We are on Navigator of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. We're going to be spending a full week and we're going to do a Mexican Riviera cruise, which is Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, and Puerto Vallarta. We arrived at the parking lot. We're going to actually in overflow parking because the actual parking was already filled. It's going to cost about $22 a night. We're going to be here for about 7 days roughly, and we're going to be taking a cruise. So they got these shuttles here. This shuttle's going to take us right to where the ship is, and we're going to be taking Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. Let's go. It through the screening process. They checked us in, and now we're going to Navigator of the Sea. This is a Mexican Riviera cruise, Royal Caribbean. We're pretty excited. If you've seen some of our other vlogs, we went to Royal Caribbean and we did Icon of the Seas. So a little bit different, but we're here, we're going through it. We're going to be in the boat in a little bit. Let's go. So we're on the gangway. This is the way right to the ship. We've already went through security and we're now already checked in and we're ready to go in. So here we go. Navigator of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. Here we go. We're almost here. One more step. Made it. Here we go. We're on the ship. Briefing area. This is where they tell you how to use a life vest and in case something's going on. So here we go.
The safety alarm signal is 7.
So we're walking through and the ceilings are really low. Look at this. It's very different than Icon of the Seas. So they give you keys right here, and this is our key to get into our room. Got a good room because they picked it for us, so we're not quite sure. We're on the second floor. So here we go. They give you a little envelope. You rip it, you open it up, and there we go. We got our cards. So let's check this out. Let's see if the card works. And we're in. Here we go. And this is our room. So they put the bed right against the porthole.
So where are these two kids going to sleep?
I guess they sleep with us. One can sleep here.
Oh, Bruce! The horse. Small bedroom.
Room. It's fairly small. And I'm like 6 feet tall, so I think I can probably fit in this shower. It's not too bad, but of course, it's a boat. These bathrooms are usually pretty small. So you have a couch and the bed. And I'll be honest, I'd like to look at the porthole and hang out, but it looks like they put the bed against the porthole. So in order to see what's going on outside, you have to literally be in bed. But hey, it is what it is. When you go on a cruise, most of the time you're not going to be in the cabin. You're going to be outside on the ship, doing activities, eating, swimming, and of course, waiting for your port of calls where you're going to be taking off and leaving the boat. Now, when we came in, they only had the queen size bed, but then they have 2 bunk beds that they drop from the ceiling so that you have kids, there's a place for them to sleep. So they got the bunk bed style, so it's pretty cool. So we just visited the Windjammer. We're actually on deck 11, and deck 11 looks like they have a pool. They have a place called Lime Coconut, which is a bar, but it's mostly, I think, known for Mexican food. They have a lot of Mexican food, tacos, burritos, and other things, which we're going to try later. But it looks real lively. We haven't quite taken off yet, but deck 11's got a lot of stuff going on, especially if you're hungry. Let's go. So we were just on deck 11, and they have free ice cream if you like ice cream for the kids. You go up one more level, and they have another level here. It looks like bar. Looks like this may be more of an adult level, but you get a big view because you're right on the very top. So we're going to walk around, check it out, and maybe be here when the boat takes off. But let's check out. This is one level above 11, so I believe this is the 12th level. Let's check it out. So on deck 11, they have a movie screen. Right now it's not a movie, but I read up that at night they have movies here, so we're going to check it out. So we're going to see what the movie's like. So we're on deck 12. This is Adventure Ocean. This is a place for kids. So if you want to do something, you want to take off, you want them to watch the kids, they have a lot of stuff. They have an arcade. It's free up until 10 o'clock. After 10 o'clock, they charge, they said $15, but it's free up until then. So it's a nice, fun place for the kids to hang around and have a good time. So this is an arcade. They have this also on deck 12 next to Adventure Bay. And but it does cost. It's not complimentary, but it's also a fun thing if it's the kind of stuff you like. Got air hockey, got skee ball, and also you got the claw up there. Maybe you can catch something, maybe get some prize or something.
So this is the 5th floor promenade. On this floor, with guest services, across from that they have a bar. They have plenty of shops, restaurants, and they even have a cafe that'll give you complimentary pizza. So this is the mini golf area. It's near the top of the ship, and this is a really fun thing. You just grab your golf clubs. They have balls. You just take turns, and this is fun, not just for kids. Actually, we had fun as well. From this deck, you get a great view of the front of the ship, and also the ship is starting to leave the port now.
So we are on deck 5, and we got there from 4, and we're actually on a helicopter pad right now, if you can see with the H. So we're just leaving the port of San Pedro, and this is what it's like. Royal Caribbean Navigator of the Seas. This is what a Thanksgiving cruise is like. We're really looking forward to doing this. We've never done anything like this during Thanksgiving, so this is a first for us, but it's really exciting. There's a lot of people there, and we are moving, and here we go. This is the front of the boat.
So we begin our sea day at breakfast at Windjammers. I'm going to show you what they have. They have lots of different types of fruit, scrambled eggs, potatoes, sausages, baked beans, biscuits and gravy, rice, congee, different types of jams, cheeses and meats, bagels and lox, omelets. You have donuts and pastries, rice, corned beef, more eggs and sausages, bacon, hash browns, pancakes, and waffles. French toast. Milk, parfaits, and many more food to choose. On the sea day, a lot of people hang out at the pool and they have activities. This is one called a belly flopping contest. The crowds really like this one.
And they will jump belly flat against the water to create the biggest splash. Are we ready to rumble? Alright, without further ado, let me introduce to you our first contestant, weighing 140 pounds, all the way from Los Angeles. Yeah. It's Jamie! Great flop there from Jamie. Jamie, I think, there you go. It was literally like a bag of clothing hitting the water. Oh, there he goes in the water like a blue whale. Let's see the action replay. Oh, he loves it. Look at him go. Hands in the air, people. Hands in the air. 5, 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. I like that. Whoa, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Go on top. 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
They also have synchronized dancing. This looks like lots of fun. After a day full of activities, we're walking on the deck to enjoy the sunset. We're at the rooftop area. It's sunset. This is Navigator of the Sea, and this is called the Lime Coconut. So during the day, this is like really, really busy, but at night it's really nice. It's really peaceful. And if you look behind me, there's a screen there, and they have movies there at night. So it's a nice place to hang out at night, maybe after dinner, and watch the sunset.
Good boy. Keep it loving. Come on, you can do this. Oh, out, touch the ball. Out.
This is a basketball competition. This is something you can do before you go to dinner. So we're back at the Windjammer. This time we're going to have dinner. So when you first walk in, it starts with salad. Then they have some stew. Then you also have some potatoes. This looks like possibly cordon bleu, creme brulee donut, and these are different types of soup they have and bread. They also have sliced meat. You have some curry, some rice, fish, lots of different types of fish. Oh, mashed potatoes. Some stew, hot dogs, and hamburgers, as well as cheeseburgers. Lots of desserts. Boy, so many desserts. Very overwhelming. Cookies and fruit. And more desserts. Wow, the desserts are just overwhelming. Oh boy. So after dinner, we decided to walk through the promenade and we found our way to see a juggler comedian. He was pretty funny, only on Navigator of the Seas. So this is our first port day. We're going to Cabo San Lucas, and on our bed they give us instructions on how to take these little boats called tenders, which will get us to the port of Cabo. So before we go for breakfast and take our tender to Cabo, we're going to have a little exercise. We're going to play some pickleball. So we're back in Windjammer for breakfast and we got a great seat. Look at this view in the back of the boat.
So our ship now is approaching Cabo San Lucas. Now they don't have an actual port there, so you have to get a little boat called a tender. And people line up around 10 o'clock, they line up and they're getting these tickets. And we got these little tickets here, and these are tender tickets. And what this will do is get us on the tender boat, take us to the island, and also get us back to the ship. But the line is really long, so I suggest you get there really early to get your tender ticket. Once you have it, they call you by a number, a group number, then you get on the boat, and then we're on the island. All right, right here, we're approaching Cabo San Lucas. You can see it right there. We're almost there. We're gonna have to take a tender in a little bit to get from the boat to the island. All right, so we're on the tender, we made it, and now we're on the way to Cabo San Lucas. So this is gonna be pretty exciting. We've never taken one of these before, so we'll see this. Doesn't take too long, and we're gonna be there in a little bit. All right, we're now leaving the ship. We're on the tender, and we're on our way to Cabo. finally we've arrived. The tender has taken us there. We're almost to shore now. We're really excited to see what they have. Cabo San Lucas.
Guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Get me famous on YouTube.
So we just got off the tender and we're actually on the shore itself. When you first get off, a lot of people are trying to sell you little shore excursions, but we already got one on the boat. But it's kind of nice just to walk around. You see people selling their local wares, which is mostly just souvenirs. So we're going to check out this area and we're going to walk around a little bit. Then later we're going to be going to a glass bottom boat. But right now we're just going to kind of check out the shore area. Let's go. Once you get off the tender, they actually are pretty aggressive. There's a lot of people waiting there to sell you excursions, glass bottom boats, going to the beach. We decided to go through the actual cruise ship itself. But if you want, I think you can probably bargain a price. But you know, we decided to do it this way. We felt safer because we have kids with us. But they also have a lot of places to eat and you also have souvenirs. So we're just kind of walking around, just seeing what they got. So we went to a gelato place that they had in Cabo and we got 3 scoops, mostly chocolate, and we decided to try it. They gave you samples and it was really good. It's really thick and it's really hard and it's really rich. Really good, very rich. It's definitely gelato. Gelato is like a step above ice cream. So we are now going to go on the glass bottom boat. They have you sign 2 slips and you need to sign your name, everyone in your group, and then your cabin number. And there's actually 2 forms they have you fill out. Once you have those, you wait in line and they're going to take us on. So it's just a little precaution before you get on the boat. All right, we're on our way to the glass bottom boat.
on Pirates of the Caribbean. So during hurricane season, we get waves.
So we're on the glass bottom boat. We just went through the Sea of Cortez and now we're on the Pacific Ocean. And the beach right next to us is Divorce Beach. Lovers Beach is on the other side.
People say it was a dinosaur that was cursed.
And then that's the cave for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Over the thousands and thousands of years.
So we just got off our glass boat tour and we're actually going to have lunch. We went to a place called Solomon's Landing, which is right where the boats are. So the menu looked pretty good. And they say when you're in Cabo, get something with seafood. So we got 3 dishes that have seafood. So stay tuned and check out what we got. Oh, I got 2 chili rellenos, huh? Right there. All right. So what I have here, they're food friendly cane. This is a seafood enchilada, and it has a lot of cheese on top. Has some queso sauce, and they also give you some mango salsa with it. So let's try this out. See what it's going to taste like. All right. Give you a little look. So this is what it looks like inside. Oh, it's real juicy. Look at that. Okay, a lot of seafood here. I believe there's some crab in here and also some shrimp. Here we go. Let's try this. Good. Got a big, strong seafood flavor. Not spicy at all, but you can tell it's pretty fresh. Tastes pretty good. A lot of cheese. Very cheesy tasting. Let's try some with some of the mango. They got some little mango salsa on there. Let's try some of this. Have some of this with that. See where that goes. Oops, I lost the whole thing. There we go. Let's get it in there. There. Not that bad. They really put a lot of seafood in there. There's also baby scallops in here too. Pretty good. I believe this is a queso white sauce. Normally you make it with a red sauce, even a green sauce, but this is like a white queso sauce. Not bad. This is a Mexican combo. You have some steak here. This is a chili relleno. It's basically a big chili inside. I believe this is an enchilada that they gave you. And then they also have some refried beans, Spanish rice, and guacamole. So let's give this a try. I think I'm gonna dig into the chili relleno first. Try this out. Oh wow, look at that. So you have the chili relleno here, the big chili. And then you have a lot of cheese. And you got some breading on the outside. Let's give this a try. Really good. Bit of cheese on top. Also have some red sauce on there. And look at all that. Look at all the cheese just gooshing out of there. Pretty good. Let's try this with a little bit of guacamole. Try that. See if I can get that in the bite. There we go. Very good with the guacamole. Really gives a lot of flavor. And a lot of cheese there. Oh, they're really generous with the cheese there. Look at that. Whoa. Pretty good. This is a steak that they gave you. Little grill marks on the side there. Let's try a little bit of this. There you go. It's like a medium rare. Not quite done, but still pretty good. A lot of flavor, a lot of spice in there. Okay, let's try some of the rice with that. This is Spanish rice. Pretty good. Subtle, not a lot of flavor, but still pretty tasty. Just looks tomatoey, but doesn't really taste it. Let's try some of the enchilada here. This is a chicken enchilada, I believe. There we go. You can see the chicken there. It's pretty good. Chicken tastes very fresh. A little spice too. Nice. So what this is a shrimp chili relleno. Never had something like this before. It's really big. You can see, just look at the fork, how huge this thing is. It's pretty big. Let's try this out. Like a lot of cheese there. Look at that. And there's probably a little baby shrimp inside. It's really good. Taste the shrimp. Chili tastes really fresh. A lot of cheese. That's pretty yummy. Really like that. Look at this. Oh man, a lot of cheese in there. They're really generous with the cheese. It's pretty good. Try this out again. And they put it on a bed of beans too. Here. Look at that. It's pretty good. Very good.
So it's late. It's time to go back to the ship. We have to wait in line to take one of the tenders. The line is really long. Since a line is really long, you basically need to make sure you have plenty of time so you don't miss your tender, because that's the only way to get back to the ship. There's two cruise ships here. One is Carnival, and the other is our ship, Royal Caribbean, which is way in the back. So we're back on the ship, and I want to share a fun fact about ducks on the ship. So my daughter found a duck, and they have this in Royal Caribbean. It's a popular guest-driven trend where people hide these little toy ducks. Some of them are rubber ducks, and they put them in planters, and they put them all over the boat. And some of them even have tags, and you can actually say where they came from, and you can either hide them again, or you can actually keep it. So it's a fun little thing for kids to see.
There's not much duck left probably because it's getting close to the end, and I already saw someone with a lot of ducks, so I'm pretty lucky to find one 2 in a row.
So this is Port Day at Mazatlan, and this is Thanksgiving. And as we're in the Windjammer, we see that they built a tower of cream puffs.
This is day 4 of our Mexican Riviera cruise. Yesterday we were in Cabo San Lucas. Today we're in Mazatlan. Now we don't have an excursion today, so we're going to kind of check out the place. If you look behind me, there's a beautiful view of Mazatlan. So come join us and let's check out Mazatlan. We just got off the gangway and we're now in Mazatlan. We're actually on the ground and they have these little shuttles. So they're going to give us a shuttle. We're going to take it and we're going to see what we see. Here we go. So this is the shuttle and this takes you from the ship to the main area where we're going to see stuff. Oh, there's the next one. So this is the ride that we're taking to get off the boat. And we can see another ship here. This is Norwegian Bliss. Pretty windy, pretty bumpy. That's the Norwegian Bliss cruise ship. So the Mazatlan port, this is also where they have trailers and cargo. So it looks like a loading area, just like a general loading area for supplies. So it's not just for ships. And you can see the cargo trailers all over the place. So this is the main entrance area. Looks like they also have little tours here, but it's mostly gift shops and souvenirs that they're trying to sell people before you actually get to the town. At least it's nice and cool in here. You get cigars, you can get little souvenirs. Here's like a main sign, Mazatlan, MZT. So I saw a shirt. I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. In this case, it's true. My wife does know everything. So when you first get off the boat, what they do is they try to sell you a little tour. You get $20 for each person to take you in their little car to wherever you want to go downtown. But then if you walk a little bit further, you follow the blue line across the street. One guy offered us $5 for everybody. So my suggestion is walk a little bit. Don't fall for it when you first get into Mazatlan. In this case, we're just going to walk and they say follow the blue line. If you look down here, there's a blue line. Just follow it and it should take you downtown. So you just keep following the blue line and it even says right here, Liana Azul. Azul means blue, so blue line. So you just keep following the blue line and there's people doing it. Everyone's walking, so it's not a bad walk. So once you get to this intersection, this tells you where to go to the beach. It has playa, which is beach, or you just go straight and follow the blue line that takes you to central downtown. And everyone's waiting and they even have a little overhang so you don't get too hot from the heat. Mazatlan, you're not going to get lost. There's a lot of tourists and everyone's going in the same direction. So it's pretty easy to walk around Mazatlan. So it looks like this area is central. This whole area, this like square area. So it's not that big. And it looks like Mazatlan's getting ready for Christmas. They're setting up their Christmas tree in the central area. So we finally made it to the beach in Mazatlan. It's not that bad a walk. Maybe I'd say approximately 2 miles. That's what I would judge. Looks like the waves are a little bit rough, so I don't know. You could probably go in the water, but just be careful. But it looks really nice and a lot of rocky terrain here, but it looks really, really nice. A lot of people out here just enjoying the weather. So this is the playa, the beach in Mazatlan. So if any of you ever seen Paw Patrol, there's this guy who's always getting in trouble and the paws are actually getting him out of trouble. I think this is the guy. So on the playa, we have this little structure behind us. Looks like possibly a slide, maybe a pool. So it looks like this was something at one time. Maybe it was destroyed by a storm or something. If you do know what this was, leave a comment below. So I'm out at the far end of the pool. The waves are pretty strong. They're actually coming out here, and it looks like I could possibly get really wet, but that's okay. The water's really nice. It's really hot. And this is pretty cool. Mazatlan. On the top of the cliff, you see a bunch of mansions. Looks like wealthy people living up there. Got a great view of the beach. So if any of you have ever been to Hollywood Boulevard, you go across the boulevard, look down at the ground, you see stars. So it looks like in Mazatlan, they have something similar. So you have stars. I believe these are probably famous people, but here's one I'm familiar with, Julio Cesar Chavez. So it looks like these are famous people in the history of Mexico. So it looks like this is the Devil's Gate, Diablo. So I guess he lives in there.
If you see the buildings in the distance, someone told us these are nice beaches to swim, so we're going to go there. The beaches seem conducive to swim. It looks very calm and the waves are very little. You can also rent umbrellas and chairs, and there's also food vendors nearby in case you're hungry.
Yeah. I want to do that again.
As you can see, the water is really calm. This looks really safe for kids to swim around in. Not far from us on the right-hand side is a place called Mariscos Poncho that sells ceviche and cocktails, and we decided to get ceviche.
We were at the beach, the playa, we saw a place that had ceviche. So we're gonna try some ceviche, which is basically fish and a little bit of like a salad they make out of it. And they give you some little tortillas here, little crackers. So we're gonna open this up. And what you do is you put the ceviche onto the cracker. So this is what this looks like. And we're gonna try some of the ceviche first. So this is ceviche. So it's basically fish. It's like a type of salad. They have onions, they have a lot of avocados, they have some vegetables, shrimp, and then they also have octopus. So we're gonna try this out, looks really good. So they give you a little spoon here. So we're gonna take the spoon and then put some on the cracker here. Let's try a little bit of this. Let's put some of this on here. There we go. Let's try this out. Spicy. They put lime juice on here. I taste a lot of lime. Here we go. Try another bite. That one has some shrimp on it. It's really good. Very tomatoey, but also spicy too. Very crunchy. Really good. And we got this at a local vendor on the beach. It was around $9 US, so not too bad. There we go. Let's try that. Smells good. Fish is really dense, really good, a lot of flavor. I believe it tastes very, very fresh too. Crackers are real crunchy too, really nice.
So on the way back to the ship, we found something, and this is the Beatles. This is on Liverpool Street, and this representation is the cover of Abbey Road. And even in the background, you can see the yellow submarine.
So this is not something you would see, but that's because this is Liverpool Street from Liverpool, England, if you've seen one of our earlier videos. Pretty interesting. So we just finished our time in Mazatlan. We were on the beach, the playa, we had some ceviche, and now we're going back to the ship and we're gonna follow the blue line, which should take us right back to where we're gonna pick up the little card to take us to the trip. Let's go. So they have this mural. It's on Calle, Nicaragua Street, and it says, "Donde están?" And you see the girl on the top and she's painting this. So this must be real challenging to be able to paint on the side of the wall. And all the pictures look realistic. It's really good art.
From this alley, you can actually see where a cruise ship is. So we're lining up. This is the shuttle. It's going to take us back to the ship.
We just arrived. Our transport took us back to the ship. We had a great day in Mazatlan. And then tomorrow we're going to go to our last port, which is Puerto Vallarta.
When we finally arrived on the ship, we were hungry, and there's a place on the ship that has complimentary desserts and pizzas, as well as lots of snacks. Okay, the ship's about to leave Mazatlan on its way to the next port, Puerto Vallarta. So we decide to stay on the top deck, watch the boat leave, and look at the beautiful sunset.
So we're leaving Mazatlan and we're on our way to our next port. And tomorrow we'll be in Puerto Vallarta.
We're back in the cabin, and look, there's a little bear greeting us, getting us ready for Thanksgiving dinner.
So they have this little thankful tree. So you write something that's thankful for, and you put it on the tree, right? Okay.
I like your head, by the way.
My head is very warm right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And you put it on, or I put it on? You put it on. Thank you.
So this is Thanksgiving night, where it's in the formal dining, and the cruise director and an assistant are dressed as a turkey and a chef. And then also this is the menu for Thanksgiving. So tonight is our fine dining night. This is Thanksgiving, and they have a special menu. Happy Thanksgiving! And you have a choice of things that you're going to get. So we're going to order in a little bit, and they give us a table. So if you register ahead of time, you have an actual table at an actual time. So we're going to order, and you're going to see what we get. And dessert, I'm going to try the pecan pie. So as a starter, I ordered some almond crusted French brie. I've never had it before. I've had French brie before, and this is what they gave me. So I'm gonna dig in and see what this is. I've never had this before. So I figured it's just regular French brie. Oh, there we go. There's the cheese. So it's basically baked French brie. And they give you a little bit of salad on the side. And I'm guessing this may be cranberry juice. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I'm just gonna try the French brie. It's pretty good. Really crunchy. And the brie's really soft inside, but not a whole lot of flavor. It's not what I expected, but it's pretty good. I'm guessing maybe you need to put in the sauce, but I didn't really like the sauce, but I'll try a little bit. Let's just see what it does. Just put a little bit of the sauce on the side. It looks almost like cranberry sauce. Try some of that with the French brie. It is cranberry sauce. Gives a little bit of sweet flavor. And then this looks like arugula, which is a type of salad. Pretty good. Let's try this first. Some kind of fruit. Tastes like orange. So a little bit of oranges. And then they give you little slivers of almonds right there too. Interesting. Never quite had this before. Interesting appetizer. So next, this is another starter that we got, and this is French onion soup. Generally, they put a piece of bread inside, but what you have on top is generally a layer of Swiss cheese. So we're gonna give this a try. I'm just gonna try the soup first. Very subtle, not very strong flavor. A little bit of an oniony flavor, but not that powerful. Let's try a little bit of the cheese. And they do put a little bread. You see this? A little bit of bread there. Just get a little bread, a little bit of cheese. Whoa, look at that. The whole thing's just breaking apart. All right, let's give that a try. Got some cheese, bread, and a little bit of soup. Let's put some more soup there. Very good. This one I like. Very nice. French onion soup. And you also get pieces of onion there too.
This is really nice. Good starter. This is butternut squash soup. And I guess these are the butternuts. And this, of course, the squash itself. I have to be honest, not my favorite. Kind of odd tasting. Can't even taste what it tastes like. It is sweet. A little weird tasting. Not for me. Some people might love this. Not my favorite. I like the French onion soup much better. So since it's Thanksgiving, I decided to get turkey. So this is oven roasted turkey, and they gave us a little bit of vegetables. Looks like a little rosemary. You have a little bit of potatoes. Looks like a mashed potato here. This is the turkey, and then they also have some cranberry sauce. So let's give this a try. So let's cut into the turkey. Turkey itself doesn't look that bad. Maybe try a little bit of this first before I put some mashed potatoes into it.
Is that right?
Not bad. I'll be honest, a little bit on the dry
They
side.
took my plate.
But still a lot of flavor. Not bad. Let's try some of the mashed potatoes. Creamy, buttery. Not bad. Nice mashed potatoes. Let's try a little bit of the veggies here.
Enjoy, yeah? Thank you. Bon appetit, everyone.
Thank you.
Some of the vegetables here. Looks like carrots, potatoes. Not a lot of flavor, but crunchy. Tastes good. Not quite sure what this is. Try a little bit of this. Hey, this is stuffing. I've never had stuffing like this before. It's just a little darker. It's not bad. A little on the sweet side. So sweet stuffing. Let's put a little bit of everything in there. A little bite there. Not bad. Put a little bit of cranberry here. Put some of this with the turkey. There we go. That pairs pretty good. So not bad. Not bad for a turkey dinner. Okay. So the next dish we have is beef Wellington. This is beef on the inside, and they have a little crust on the outside. I've never had beef Wellington before, so I want to give that a try. They have some artichokes here, and I believe this might be maybe some carrot. I'm not quite sure. These are definitely carrots. And then they put a gravy on it. So let's give this a try. Let's cut into this. Okay. Here we go. Let's make a good cut here so we don't all over the place. All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. Pretty good. The meat's a little bit on the rare side, which I kind of like. This is a little crust on the outside. Not quite sure what it is, but it tastes really good. Let's try some of this. I'm not quite sure what this is. Let's try it. So these are probably yam mashed potatoes. That's what they are. But really nice. Nice beef Wellington. Actually, I like this.
Happy Thanksgiving.
That's cute. So here is our dessert. Now I got pecan pie. I've never had it. I know some people love it, so I wanted to give it a try. So here we go. It looks like they put a little chocolate syrup there. This is what it looks like. It looks like a little cream on top, but let's just try the pie itself.
While you enjoy dessert, I would like to inform you guys tomorrow 1 hour forward.
A little crunchy, a little caramely tasting. Not that bad. You can tell, you can taste the pecans. They're all broken up in there, but it's not bad. The crust is pretty good.
How's the service tonight?
But it's not a sweet pie. It's very nutty tasting. Maybe with a little bit of the chocolate, but not too bad. Let's try with a little cream. Not bad, but if you like caramel and nuts, you might like this. So here we got a little bit of the chocolate mousse there, and they put a little piece of chocolate, white chocolate, says Happy Thanksgiving. And you got a little cream on top. So let's try some of this. Got a little bit of the mousse in there. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Nice. There's flakes of coconut on top. A little crunchy. And this is cream. Looks like heavy, like a whipped cream. And then you have the actual chocolate itself. It's pretty good. Not bad. Not that sweet, but a nice dessert. Pretty good. So after dinner, we decided to walk around, check out the promenade. They also have some stores, look and see what they're selling, and then we're going to head back to our cabin for a night of sleep. This is our last port stop, Puerto Vallarta. This is the view from the ship deck. It looks like a very busy, active city. I think because this is a commercial port, unlike the other ports we visited in Cabo San Lucas and Mazatlan, which were conducive to walk around. In order to go downtown, you need to take a bus or a taxi. Because we have kids with us, it seems like a bit of a hassle to take a bus or a taxi to go to downtown. So this is our last port day in Puerto Vallarta. We have to walk through the casino. They're going to go down the stairs and through the gangway, and they'll take us out to Puerto Vallarta. So we're on the gangway, we're going to leave the ship, and we're going to check out Puerto Vallarta. So we are now in Puerto Vallarta. So we just landed here. We were in Mazatlan yesterday. So we're going to walk around town and see what we see. Come join us. And by the way, if you look behind us, that's our boat, Royal Caribbean, right there. So we're going through the duty-free area. There's actually a shuttle that goes from the ship to the duty-free, but we weren't sure if it was pay or not, so we decided just to walk through it. So also in Mazatlan, we didn't buy an excursion, so we just wanted to walk around the city. Looked like a pretty busy city, and we found a mall, so we decided to go inside the mall and maybe have some tacos.
our crossing.
So we're gonna check out a Walmart and we're going to cross a crosswalk. Now in America, they usually have buttons that tell you when to cross. Here they don't. So you just gotta look for the little guy running, and I guess that means run. In the mall, right in Puerto Vallarta. And this looks like the gallery area, and they have Christmas already setting up.
And also they have food court, and we're going to order some tacos.
Okay, gracias.
So we're at the food court in the Galleria in Puerto Vallarta, and they have a lot of stuff to pick from. We decided to go to this place, La Papa de los Barritos, and we're gonna get a combo. We're gonna get 5 tacos. We're gonna try it out. Looks pretty good. Okay, so this is the spiciest. So we're gonna put a little bit of this on all of them. Let's have some guacamole. Let's put some guacamole on there. A little onion on the side. Cucumber. And on the side there. And grab some lime, a couple limes there. And we're good to go. So we got 5 tacos. We got a chicharron. We have a chorizo. We have 2 carne asada. And then we have 1 al pastor. So we're not sure which is which. I know this is definitely chicharrons. So let's try the chicharron first, since I know which one this is. And we put some sauce on there. We put some salsa and guacamole. So here we go. Let's give this a try. That's what it looks like inside. Very good. The tortilla is a corn tortilla, I can tell. They put beans in there. They have onions. And then what you see on top is the chicharron, which is like a pork rind. Very good. Very juicy and very hot, but pretty good. I'm losing my chicharron. There we go. Pretty good. That was the chicharron. Difference is, I would say, it's supposed to be more traditional, I would think, but it's still pretty good. Tastes pretty much like what you would get in California. I don't really taste any difference, but it was very, very juicy. That's one thing I noticed too. But it also could be because I put a lot of salsa and guacamole, so maybe that had a change. So I believe this is the chorizo. So let's try some of that. Put a little bit of lime on top. Let's give this a try. This looks like pretty much just chorizo and onions that they put on here. Okay, it's a little sweet. I've never had chorizo that's sweet. Usually it's a little spicy. So I guess that's how they do it in Puerto Vallarta. Maybe it's a little bit different. But it's a little bit of a sweet taste, which is kind of unusual. But it's good. Pretty good. Different, but good. Let me try with a little bit of cucumber. I would say in California, it's a little more savory than it probably is in Puerto Vallarta. But I think that's probably personal preference, personal taste. But still very good. Still enjoy it. Pretty good. So this one is the El Pastor. And I'm going to try it with a little bit of the habaneros on it. Maybe just put a little bit of onions here. And see what that does. See if it brings out the flavor at all. Let's give that a try. The onions help the flavor. It brings out the savoriness of the taco itself. But if I do notice about these tacos, you have to eat them when they're fresh and when they're hot. When they start getting a little cold, they start losing some of their flavor. But still, it's pretty good. And very messy.
So we finished eating, and this is the view from the mall. You can actually see our ship, and now we need to find which direction to go to find a beach. I think once we leave the mall to go to the beach, we have to go left. So let's get out from the mall.
So we made it on the beach. This is the playa in Puerto Vallarta. And we're gonna walk around and see what the beach is like. It looks like it's pretty busy. It looks like most of the people are coming out of these hotels that are right on the beach itself. But we're gonna see what this is like. Like people have an opportunity for parasailing. It looks like they set this up, and then you make your appointment, pay your whatever they charge, and then they take you. So this is what the parachute looks like for parasailing.
Playtime is over. We had some fun at the beach. The water was cold, but once you get inside, it's really nice. And now we're going to head back to the ship, but first we're going to stop at this flea market.
Gracias. Gracias, señor.
Señorita,
Gracias.
So this flea market has a lot of souvenirs you can buy. You can probably do some bargaining, and it's pretty opportunity because it's right near where the ship is in the port. Time to go back around our way to the cruise ship. And we just spent the day in Puerto Vallarta. We got 2 more days on sea. So we're getting on the boat and we're gonna have our last 2 days at sea, and this is our day at Puerto Vallarta. We're on the ship. There's so many people on the dock watching the ship departing from Puerto Vallarta. So this is the beach that we swam at from a distance.
It's
not a bad beach, pretty nice. That's a beautiful sunset. This is beautiful. Oh, there's the sunset right there. Looks like the pilot boat is left. That means it's clear for the ship to leave to the ocean. We spend the rest of the afternoon walking around the ship. We got to see people do body surfing and flow rider, and this looked like lots of fun. They have water slides, but unfortunately there was an accident happened earlier in Icon of the Seas, so they weren't working this time. But I was told that they're going to be retrofitting them, so they'll be functional in the future, hopefully. We also hang out at the pool because it's movie night, but as you can see, not a lot of people are out there because it's close to dinner time. So this is day 6, this is Saturday. It's a day at the sea. We're going to start off the day with some breakfast, and then we're going to check out the art gallery. We went in for a lottery basically to win a free painting, so I already filled out the card, and then the ticket also gives you one of these. So you got 4 more tickets, so another chance to get a painting. So I don't know, we might get 2 paintings today, probably not, but you never know. So this is our raffle ticket. So this is a library where people can use the computer for free, look at a book, or just play some games. So this is the office where you can book your next cruise. So this is snack time. Time for some desserts, a cup of coffee, and a slice of pizza. So this is a sea day. We're on the way back to California, and the winds are really strong. Actually, it's a pretty cold wind. But if you go to the back of the ship, the winds are not so bad.
So this is the back of the ship. You can hang out here. Not too strong the wind, which is good. It's blocking the wind.
This is the North Pacific Ocean. It's also known for having strong winds and being very cold, especially during the wintertime. Let me show you the fitness center. This is for those of you that like to work out. We're on the cruise.
So this is the towel, plain towel rental. You have casita, you got a fruit complimentary.
Forecasting winds out of the northwest at 11 knots or 13 miles an hour. Seas 4 to 5 feet and 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 23 degrees Celsius. Mostly sunny skies early this afternoon, showing on satellite imagery. However, I am expecting April weather. Sunrise will take place at 6:13 a.m. 3 miles an hour. Seas will continue as they are now, 4 to 5 feet. That's 1.5.
Okay, is on the board? Yes, you want to play or pass? Play or pass? They're going to play.
And they also have Family Feud. This looks like fun entertainment if you want to get out of the sun for a while.
Lucy, sit down. 5
Height.
is heights. Heights on the board. Yes.
Spiders.
Is spiders on the board again? No. Yes.
3, 2, 1, throw your airplane in the air.
They also have a paper airplane contest, and then they also have bingo.
7.
So this is the photo area. This is where you have a photo package. You can get your photos here, or you can get frames or anything related to pictures that are taken on the ship. So this is Studio B. This is where you can go ice skating. You do need to have a reservation, and they do recommend that you have socks and long pants. And only today at the Day at Sea, they're going to have it every hour. If you're not good at ice skating, don't worry. They do give you a walker, or you can do the alternative. You can just shimmy along the handrail.
All right, good try, buddy.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So we're having lunch at the Windjammer, and they have something called live cooking. Every day is something different. This time what they did was they had wok cooking. So I got some noodles, I got peppers, this is chicken, they have some steak here, and a little bit of cabbage. And I put garlic sauce, I put soy sauce, the hot and sweet sauce, and it's pretty good. So let's give this a try. It looks really good. A lot of people are lining up for it too. Really good. Whenever you go on a cruise ship and they have something live cooking, I always recommend you do it because it's always really fresh and they make it right in front of you. Really good. I liked it a lot. Nice. That was chicken. And we got a little steak too. Sweet, spicy, savory, nice. Live cooking.
Yeah, you say that. Eat first.
It reminds me of Singapore. I miss the food there. It was really good.
This is good. Now.
Very nice.
Deck 8. Doors opening. Going down. Doors closing. Deck 7. Doors opening.
It's day 7, and we wake up and look what we see. Christmas! They finally set up a Christmas tree. It looks really nice. And then they also put some Christmas decorations along the hallway. While we were eating our breakfast, we saw another cruise ship that we were passing. This is kind of a lot of fun to watch. So this is Escape Room. It's a great place to get away, and it gives you a great panoramic view of the ship, also as a way to get away from the wind. So we found this one area way on the top. It's on deck 14. It's kind of like an escape room. And this is a great place to just relax, get away from the wind. And it's a nice place to, people are reading, having a drink, and just relaxing. So it's a nice place, but it's way, way at the very top. It took us all week to find this place, but we finally found it. So this is the rock climbing wall. It's really fun and it's popular with kids and adults. So this is the teenager lounge, so teens can hang out. So this is the dart contest. We did participate. It was really windy, but unfortunately we didn't do that well. Let's get some ice cream before we head out for lunch.
It's the same like the one we get in Windjammer.
Yeah,
what kind?
what's
Beef Wellington.
Oh, beef Wellington, yes.
So this Wellington.
So we're at lunchtime in Windjammer, and we got some beef Wellington. Now we had this in the fine dining, but now they have it in the room. We got some potatoes here, and zucchini
and pumpkin.
And pumpkin. Ooh, pumpkin. That might be good. Let's try some of this. There we go. Beef Wellington. Looks like it's pretty rare too. Good. Really good. A lot of flavor. Very juicy. Still on the rare side, but still very good.
Let's go, go, go! Go, 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 go! Who's gonna win? Oh, careful! Quick! Stop them! Stop them! Who's gonna do it? Oh, who's gonna do it? Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Oh!
So after we ate, we decided to look for something to do. We found this stacking game. We're going to try Flow Rider.
As you see, we are here every single day. You know, some of us.
After Flow Rider, we went to an ice skating show. It was really cool. So this is the last show for the day, and in a few hours are going to transform the ice skating rink into laser tag. So before we go to laser tag, we're going to grab some snacks from Windjammer. So we're in laser tag right now. Gonna see what this is like.
Attention! Aliens are leading the battle.
So this is Disembarkation Day, and they give us a tag number, and the tag number will tell us when we're allowed to leave the ship. All right, it's day 8, and we're on our way out. We already packed up our luggage. We're gonna have one last breakfast at the Windjammer, and then we are leaving the cruise.
Doors opening.
So we're on the way out. We're on the gangway, but it's a long, long walk because everyone's trying to leave at the same time. But we'll get there. So we're not going to overflow parking. It's kind of chaotic out here, but.
Bus for overflow parking.
This is the end of our 8-day, 7-night Mexican Riviera Thanksgiving cruise at Navigator of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. I know it's a long video. I thank you for watching until the very end. I hope you enjoyed and learned something if you plan on a Mexican Riviera cruise with Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much for watching. See you on our next trip.
Back in California. We arrived and we had a great cruise. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We were on cruise on Navigator of the Seas and went to Mexico. So stay tuned for more videos. Bye from now from California.